Here we are at Watkins Glen for the Watkins Glen 100 for the 2002 IROC season. Christian Merrick Jr. has the pole and 2 is outside. It will be Brandon Ramos. Then John West and James Cameron Jr. make up row 2. Andrew Crouch and Nicholas Granton in row 3. Keon Rowley and Alex Stewart row 4. Row 5 has Coconut Bouchard and Jake Moss. Then Lee Bright and Eric Snow make up the final row, row 6. So that's your 12-car field for 11 laps at Watkins Glen. The left and right turn 7 turns to this track, and it's a wild one. Pace cars in. As the field comes down the front straightaway, you'll see the lines on the track. That is your restart zone. That's where they will be getting to the green flag as they come into it. And the green flag is in the air. We're racing here at Watkins Glen. Oh, trouble in the S's. Whoa! What a save by John West. He got hit there by Brandon Ramos in the S's, and that's basically what that should have been a wreck, but they just didn't wreck. And somehow they got out of it cleanly. The front two get away, and then there's a gaggle of cars behind them. For a third, it looks like John West will give up that spot to James Gambit Jr. and Nicholas Gratton. Gambit Jr., your points leader coming into today's race. Yeah, and Gambit Jr. gave a great push to Brandon Ramos there on the start. Ramos actually beat the 7 car to the start-finish line. However, Merrick Jr. got right back in turn number 1 as he had the inside the preferred line. And off of turn 7, Chris Merrick Jr. leads lap number 1. And he and Brandon Ramos have separated themselves from Nicholas Grant. James Gambit Jr. is solid 4th right now. And they got John West and Coconut Bouchard battling for that 5th position. 11 car has the preferred line as they come off turn 1 and into the S's. Bouchard does clear West, trying to hold off Eric Snow. It looks like he'll do that pretty easily. Back up front, Ramos trying to run down that 7 car. And Merrick Jr. right now doing a pretty good job of holding the lead, but Ramos has closed. Through the carousel. And then down the short chute, which leads to turn 6, and then a very short straightaway to turn 7. I think a car might have gotten the wall. Coconut Bouchard, I think, got the wall, and John West is coming back. Yeah, side by side for that 5th position. West trying to get right back from Coconut Bouchard in the same place. Bouchard still at the lap prior. He does it. And now here's a battle. Coconut Bouchard will get passed by Eric Snow. Snow is now up to the 6th position. Bouchard back to 7th. See, Merrick Jr. taking it nice and easy there through the bus stop. He didn't really go too far off track. And he's the one staying lowest in the carousel. I think that's going to help him pull away as the 3 behind him trying to use a higher lane, trying to get a better run off, I'm guessing, seeing which would work. Nicholas Gratton has a mirror full of James Gambit Jr. Your points leader trying to move up into the top 3. He sees that position right in front of him, that number 1 car. Oh, wait, again right here. 1 went wide. Nicholas Gratton. And James Gambit Jr. gets to the inside, cut it hard to the right. And James Gambit Jr. clears into turn 1 for the 3rd position. Gratton trying down the outside, not going to quite get it. What a move there by James Gambit Jr. Coming off of turn number 7 in the final corner to get inside of Nicholas Gratton and get to that 3rd position. Nicely done there. No real battles on the track. You see everyone at the back has kind of calmed down. Everyone's single file. American to the grass a little more than Ramos, and that will allow that 4 car to close in on that 7 just a little bit. And watch out for James Gambit Jr. 3 car looks pretty strong. In fact, he's run the fast lap of the race at 107.349. Wow, some cars going really wide out there, and that might actually be a battle for a position right there. Lee Bright thought was going to get inside Keon Riley, couldn't get it done. Into the S's again. Yeah, Brandon Ramos just staying a consistent amount behind that 7 car. As if possibly the draft making it a little bit tighter, getting the arrow pushing the corners as you're in a lot of corners here. And there's very minimal passing areas. Once again, Merrick Jr. off into the grass more than Brandon Ramos, but Ramos just cannot take advantage of that, it seems. It's almost like his car can't get to the bottom here through the carousel. Christian Merrick Jr. doing a great job controlling the leads. We're about to complete 5 of your 11 laps. Out front, it's Christian Merrick Jr. Brandon Ramos trying to run down your points leader. James Gambit Jr. is there. So we got Bal for the 4th position. Nicholas Grant got the wall, fall back to 6th. John West gets it, but now Eric Snow wants it. That's for 4th. Eric Snow quietly moving up to the front here. Still side by side with John West. No, looks like West might get it in the S's. He does. What this battle has done is really allowed the front 3 to pull away. And John West, after almost spinning out and wrecking in the S's on lap 1, nice recovery to get back up to 4th. And in fact, he probably should have been wrecked on lap number 1. That car was completely sideways. Thought it was going to hit the wall and bounce down, ricochet into traffic. Luckily, that didn't happen. But man, oh man, that's some great car control by John West there. Bratton again tight. Coconut Bouchard trying to take advantage of that. Doesn't look like he'll be able to. And Christian Merrick Jr. 11 ways using the mirror. James Gambit Jr. giving a mirror full to Brandon Ramos. Their points leader, we're on board with him right now. He's just running a 107.2s. That's where he's been strong. Right there, looked like he went a little bit wide. Possibly close enough to where the 4 affected his car arrow-wise. Wow, look at the amount he can drive it into the corner. Now the trailers, you can see towards the end, he starts picking up ground on them because of the draft. You can mostly see it on this straightaway right here. This long, nice straightaway heading down to the bus stop. He starts gaining just a little bit on it because of the draft. And if he could drive it down in there really hard, he could really gain. As long as he doesn't hit the grass too much here. It looks like he actually keeps it out nicely. In fact, that was probably the best I've seen. Gambit Jr. trying to run down the 2 in front of him. Brandon Ramos and Christian Merrick Jr. Christian Merrick Jr. just ran his fastest lap of the race last time by. But the 10th off of what Gambit Jr.'s fast lap is. Right, I thought was going to hit the wall. I thought it was going to go straight into the wall. Four laps of racing to go at the Glen. John West holding a solid 4th right now. Just trying to hold back Eric Snow and others behind him. Nicholas Granton settled into 6th. See how the field is lined up behind the front 3. Front 3 are just pulled away. And look at, wow, that's probably the most aggressive James Gambit Jr.'s been. He tried to go to the outside of the carousel, and he barely had any room to go to the outside. Didn't get it done there. But you can see how they're lined up right behind these 3. They got John West, Eric Snow, Nicholas Granton, Coconut Bouchard, Andrew Crouch, Jake Moss, Keon Riley, Lee Bright, and Alex Stewart. Coming to 3 laps to go. John West almost popped the outside wall, and so did Nicholas Granton. I thought those 2 might have just hit the wall, but they didn't. They did a nice job keeping it out of it. 3 laps of racing to go. Merrick Jr. has a nice lead. He's had this lead pretty much the whole day. Started on pole and looking to end it on pole with a win. They'll approach the bus stop this time. Just see the speed that they have right from this camera angle. See the speed they have through the bus stop. All right there, Merrick Jr. went a little bit off, and that really allowed Brandon Ramos to close in. Ramos trying to go around the outside. Two laps to go this time. And what has been a quick Watkins Glen race. Hey there. 2 laps left. Watkins Glen. Can Christian Merrick Jr. hold on? Can Brandon Ramos run him down? And do any positions change hands back there? You know Gambit Jr. is probably nice and comfortable right there, running third. Could keep his points lead. Slinging into the bus stop. Trying to keep it on track. All 3 go way off. And that allows Christian Merrick Jr. to pull away even more. Here they come to the stripe. This time the white flag will be displayed. And that means one more time around. And that's basically the competition saying to Christian Merrick Jr., we surrender, we surrender. Here it is. White flag, one more time around Watkins Glen. Christian Merrick Jr. has a great lead over Brandon Ramos as they might start battling for second. James Gambit Jr. got a great run off turn 7, 1 lap to go up the Glen. Yeah, Ramos slid way up coming off of the final corner there. And that really allowed that 3 car to close in, but Merrick Jr. pulls away because of that as they go into the S's for the final time here today. Christian Merrick Jr. has dominated the race. He led every lap so far, looking to lead the last one. Started from the pole, almost got passed on the start, but held on to it. And Brandon Ramos has been trying to close down ever since. Hasn't been able to do it, as in fact, Merrick Jr. gaps Ramos as they go through the carousel for the final time. Down the short chute. Into turn 6, which leads to turn 7 for the final time. Christian Merrick Jr. will dominate Watkins Glen. He'll pick up a victory. And what does this do for the points as they come off turn number 7? Christian Merrick Jr. dominates at Watkins Glen to win the Watkins Glen 100 for the 2002 IROC season. Merrick gets it. Ramos second. Gambit Jr. ends up third. Side by side, Lee Bright got that one at the end. Great job by Christian Merrick Jr. to dominate Watkins Glen. He wins it. Never did see that 7 car falter at all. See the finisher results. Christian Merrick Jr. wins. Brandon Ramos in second. James Gambit Jr. third. Here's your points there coming into today. John West fourth. Eric Snow in fifth. Then Nicholas Gratton in sixth. Coconut Bouchard seventh. In eighth we have Andrew Crouch. Ninth Jake Moss. 10th Lee Bright. 11th Keon Rowley. And Alex Stewart rounds out the field in 12th. Congratulations to Christian Merrick Jr. a dominating victory here at Watkins Glen. That moves him up into points contention. If you look at the point standings, you can see James Gambit Jr. still at the point standings increase. It's now up to 20 points over Eric Snow, who is second in points. Christian Merrick Jr. with that win moves up to third in points. Andrew Crouch is fourth in points, and Lee Bright is fifth. Then Jake Moss in sixth, Coconut Bouchard seventh, Brandon Ramos in eighth, Alex Stewart ninth, John West ends up 10th, Nicholas Gratton 11th, and Keon Rowley rounds out the points field in 12th. 2 drivers have finished top 5 in all 3 races. James Gambit Jr. and Eric Snow. They are 1-2 in points. Pretty fitting. Christian Merrick Jr. 14 laps led this season. 11 of them came at Watkins Glen. Alright, so the next race will be the Richmond 100 at Richmond, but we have the 2003 IROC season for Watkins Glen coming up. See you guys then.